Hey everyone, Brian here, Hodges1455, coming at you with another video. In today's video, I want to touch on oddball cards for a quick moment, once again, before I talk about another topic. In episode 325, I quickly touched on 3 hobby topics and the meaning of life in about 7 minutes. I showed an example of 2 mainstream cards from 54, 1 Topps and 1 Bowman, then a 54 Red Heart card as an example of an oddball card for that year. And while I talk, I'm going to show some fantastic pre-war cards here. This is a Mona Lisa. Just how cool is that? It's a 25 card set, so I'm just going to show them as I go because this is a card channel. I then showed 2 other cards from other time periods. One, T206, card which would have been mainstream during the time. And I also showed a 1943 MP and Company card, which was produced during World War II. That card was produced at a time when no other cards were. Being produced and would have been considered mainstream. I didn't show an oddball card for that year like I did with 54, as no other sets were made in 1943. Likewise, T206, I didn't show an oddball card example either, as this was a pre-war set. Most would prefer not to refer to any pre-war sets as oddball. My apologies for any confusion. I should have taken a little more time to explain in that video. I will end by saying this in regards to the oddball term. I think it might be best to explain how I would use the terms in a given situation. If I'm at a card show and see a dealer and he has a case full of 1960s cards, and at the top right in the corner of his case I see one oddball card, I might ask the dealer, hey, do you have any more oddball cards? To see what he says. He might have some inventory behind him in some boxes or something that I can look through. And I have indeed done this on a few occasions, and it has worked to my advantage. I got to see cards that weren't out where others could easily see them, and got to find some great deals that way. In the same manner, if I were to see a dealer with, say, some 1950s Topps and Bowman's cards, and once again in the top right corner this time, I see a pre-war card, I would say, hey, do you happen to have any more pre-war cards? And see what he says. He might say, no, I just happen to get this card in a trade or something like that. And he's just trying to get rid of it. But it's always worth asking. All right, so now on to my next topic. Now that I'm 5 minutes in here. This topic is inspired by a video I saw from Aaron over at Value Vintage Cards. He has a great channel, great guy. Got to meet him at the Strongsville show. Please go give him a follow if you haven't done so already. He talked about, are you a collector or investor? Saying he thinks every collector is an investor. Saying he thinks that because when we see something for sale that we want, if it's not a price that we think is reasonable or around fair market value, we pass on it. If you're a collector and don't care about the value, why not just overpay? He doesn't think that it can necessarily be true that you can be 100% this and 0% that. And if you are, I would love to sell you everything I've got for double what it's worth because you don't care about the value whatsoever. Saying that one not caring about value is a crazy statement. Saying that being all on one side or the other side is a bit on the interesting side. Well, I'm a bit on the interesting side. I 100% don't care about the value of my cards in my collection. First, let me start out by saying this is a fun topic and thanks for bringing it up, Aaron. Collectors don't want to acquire all the cards for their collections for double. That would just mean that we aren't foolish. Most collectors want to add as much cool stuff to their collection as possible. And yes, there are cards every year I pay 2 or 3 times what they are worth. This is just a handful each year, and they average out quite well with all the other purchases I make throughout the year. When most collectors mention they don't care about the value of their collection, they are referring to the value of their cards in their collection after they've already acquired them. To understand more about why I think that way, I should touch on hobby budget because it helps explain why I don't care about value of the cards I already own. Mrs. Hodges and I have a line item in our family budget called entertainment that we split. When I want to buy bird seed, a new fishing lure, a new card for the collection, or go to a sporting event, or go golfing, and so on, it comes out of the entertainment budget. Just like anything else that I spend my entertainment funds on, I don't care about the value after I purchase them. This very well may change in the future. For now, I don't own any investment cards. I don't have any cards that I track to see if they are going up and down like I do my other investments. It keeps things simple and fun for me. One day I hope to come across my Grail card and use investment money to purchase it. I will then watch and track that card like all my other investments. I prefer to keep my entertainment and investments separate though, but that's just my preference. Well, hey everyone, thanks so much for watching and enjoy the hobby.